Hi guys, welcome to CYC. Today I want to talk about the two kind of fundamental things I've taken away from self-help psychology and this whole reading and research that I tend to kind of do. And that is to be humble and to be non-judgmental. And yes, they might seem very simple, but I can guarantee you probably fail at both. I fail at both, so kind of projecting here. But what you think is humility is you recognizing your flaws, as in like they fly past you and you're just like, yep, that's a flaw. It's like I'm not that tall, I'm not that smart, I'm not that strong, I'm not that good at maths, I don't know, not that charismatic, I'm not that good with girls, like, whatever it is that like is really kind of obvious and in your face, and someone says it to you and you're just kind of like, yeah, like I accept that fact about myself. I'm okay with who I am. And I get you, like that is humility. But for this, I kind of want you to expand that out a little bit. Because in that case, you're only recognizing what's been thrown in front of you. And you've yet to go and kind of dig down deep to try and figure out who you actually are, what you actually are, the real pros, cons, the real nitty gritty sort of stuff of actually being 100% humble. If you, So I'll give you a few examples here. Like my favorite one is sleeping. Do you get enough sleep? Because do you get enough sleep? You're more than likely going to say yes. How much sleep did you get yesterday? You're more than likely going to say less than 8 hours. How much did you get the day before? Again, over the last week, what's the average? Probably less than 8 hours. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but for most people, I'm probably right. And what about like drinking water? How much water do you drink? It's like, okay, how much water do you actually drink? How much did you drink today? How much did you drink yet? Okay, well, you get the process, okay? So you can do it with sleep, with water, with drinking. Like if you're drinking alcohol and stuff like that, how much does that affect your mood the day after? And the day after that? As in like, when do you kind of feel like you're back on track or back to where you were and stuff like that? And I'm not trying to say don't drink, I drink, like it's fine. I'm just trying to say, do you recognize the effects of these different patterns? Because most of us don't. And I know you might say that that's really getting into the weeds and you don't have time to analyze yourself that much and you don't want to analyze yourself that much. And like, just you want to be who you are and like, stop. Blah. Okay, but this is just you. So no one's going to be critical. And the second person, non-judgment, that's going to come up now in a second. But so it's just you trying to figure it out. So it's not scary. Now, if you don't have enough time, maybe, but I'd say try and make the time. Because you really need to know, like fully know the machine that is you if you're to work with it. And because I've said this before, like if you think you're at this level of I've books in front of me, so I'm going to say reading. You think you can read 20 pages in 20 minutes, like page a minute? Yeah. Okay. Something like that. You think you're there, but you're actually here. Okay. Well, then when a competition comes up, a test comes up, or just some form of performative element comes into it, and you do good, like you really go for it, and you kind of stretch yourself and you do great. Okay, now you're just where you thought you were. And you're missing out on all of the good emotions of joy, of exuberance, of just like, holy crap, like, I just pushed myself beyond my limit. I'm bigger than I thought I was. Like, that's amazing. It should be a moment of amazement, of pride. But you don't get that. You just get relief because you're just like, whew, yeah, okay, I hit where I thought I was, and just, yeah. And that's such a lesser experience. It just, you've, by having that discrepancy, you're just after screwing up the whole reward and punishment system. Not only on the reward side, because, as I said, like, when you get there, you're just relieved. But you're also screwing up the punishment side because you're constantly down here. So you're constantly punishing yourself. So it just becomes a fact of daily living and therefore becomes just totally ineffective. And you can't get out of it because to get out of that punishment, to fix that discrepancy, you have to be more than what you are right now. And the only way to do that is to know where you are right now and to work with it to make yourself more than you are. Okay, I talked a bit fast. I got a bit excited. Sorry. but it's true. Okay, we'll leave it in the video, like, why not? Okay, so we park that for a second, and then we bring in non-judgment, because the minute I say to be humble, you're instantly going to pick up the closest fecking insult or the closest shortcoming that you have, and you're just going to beat yourself over the head with it, and like, you should, again, your should be's, I should be, blah, 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 blah. And just don't do that, okay? For many reasons. For one, it doesn't help you. For two, you project it onto other people. Like, whether you like it or not, you kind of do. If you're insecure about your strength, you're going to be the guy that says, like, oh, I could totally lift that or whatever. Or it's like, I can't believe he couldn't lift that. Like, what a pussy. You're going to be that guy, and no one wants you to be that guy. And you can do it with whatever. We can go back to reading and say, like, oh, I can't believe he couldn't read, like, that many pages in that many minutes. Oh, you can be snobbish about it. And I know, I'm not trying to say you are. I'm not. But it just sneaks in. I just be careful on that front. But mainly, okay, so hopefully you don't insult or be mean to anyone else. But just for your own sake, if you're to really take that humility, that to be humble, if you're to take that to heart, and you really want to get into all the details of exactly how bad you're doing at life, at exactly how many mistakes you're making, exactly, like, you should have slept at this time, you should have got up, you should have got your coffee, you should have done I've done this routine I've done this spiel so many times, but your gratitude journal, your meditation, your exercise, your phoning a friend because you need social contact, whatever, you want to pet your animal for some therapeutic time, you want a bath because you like the tactile. Look, I don't know what your morning routine is, but like, whatever it is and whatever optimizes you, it could be a spa, sauna, it could be playing an instrument first thing in the morning, it could be getting up at 4 o'clock. Like, I don't know. It's going to be whatever works for you. But if you want to know the details at that level, you're not going to offer it to yourself. You're not going to be that honest with yourself if you're afraid of yourself judging yourself. Does that make sense? So either way, I'm going to leave it there. That is my 2 fundamental lessons that I've learned so far, at least. And everything kind of seems to come back to them. Like, if I'm ever having trouble or whatever, I remind myself to be more humble and then to be non-judgmental towards myself, but also towards other people. So that's going to be it for today. I hope you got something from this. I hope this blueprint or these 2 fundamentals aren't just for me. I hope you're able to get something from them. Let me know if you find them quite as fundamental as I do, or if you think there's something more important than these, whether to be honest or whether just to be happy, or like, what's your kind of real fundamentals at the bottom of everything. So let me know in comments or DM. Most people DM, but leave it in the comments. But either way, I hope you got something from this. I will see you again next week. Hope you have a good one. Bye, guys.